What is up guys, Simba here and welcome back to another video on the channel, and today this is going to be a McKeon test race around Silverstone. So it's a race to see who's on the pace and deciding the grid for the McKeon division next season. If you're going to enjoy this video, go hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and let's get this video underway in an 18-minute qualifying session. This is our first run of the day around Silverstone. I've done quite a bit of practice for this one. Just making sure that I understand the setup, just still trying to get to grips with the setup. As we come through the final corner, we're going to cross the line at the end of our first run. What is it going to be? It's a 28-0. We go P5. But, as you'll hear my reaction soon, I am not convinced at all.
Nah, to be honest, I would have been lucky if I got into the 27s. Just way too cautious at cops.
So there you go, there is the revelation. I've been pretty cautious at cops for some reason in this session. So we've got enough battery, we're going to try again on our second run, but...
Oh shit. Oh, for God's sake, well there goes that plan. Bloody hell. Oh, now I'm going to do a lap of shame back round again.
So,
Here we go, then.
Yeah, we had a bit of a spin, but here we go then. You heard me say here we go in the background. This is going to be our final run of the session, and let's see if we can get anywhere higher than P12, because a 27 is definitely on the cards. Let's see if we get the job done. Turn 1, flat out, we kind of missed the apex a little bit, and we go on the grass a tiny bit at turn 2, so it's a bit of a scruffy start to the lap, and going through village, 4th gear through that corner, and then you want to shift down to 2nd gear for the rotation to clip the apex, back up to 4th gear immediately to ease with the traction through the corner. And there you go, look how much time we gained. We're nearly 3/4 of a tenth up now, coming through this first sector. And going through Brooklands, there's a car to our left that puts us off a little bit. We missed the apex a tiny bit, but we keep going. And through Luffield, once again, there's another car to our left, which slightly puts us off. But we get good traction in 5th gear, and we are over half a tenth and a half up. So this could be looking pretty good, but here we go. As we go through cops.
Again, man, again. Terrible.
We completely missed the apex by a different postcode, and as we go through Chapel, the mistakes keep adding up here as we go wide on the grass a bit.
It's not looking good, Chief. Oh my God, that was awful.
You can hear me being quite frustrated at these mistakes that I'm making, but we're going to have to finish the lap. Going into Stowe, 6th gear. Can we get the traction? No, we don't. We lose the back end.
Horrendous. For God's sake, I just don't know what's wrong with me in qualifying, honestly guys. I really don't. I can't clutch up with a lap when I need to. No. What?
And just like that, session over. We have a skill issue with the pit lane, which basically sums up the qualifying session. We were P12 at the time, and at the end of the session, it is P14 over a second down on crowding. Yeah, I think right now, league racing is going to be starting soon, and I think the main problem that I'm having right now is our 1-lap pace. We just seem to be lacking it, and anytime we have to do a lap that would give us an extra few positions, we kind of just choke. We just choke under pressure. So qualifying is going to be our weak point. We're going to start on the hard tyre. We're going to go onto the softs. I think we can try and be aggressive at the end. But, yeah, qualifying is our weak point, and we're going to have to work on that. But, anyway, we're 14th. We're going to be on the hard tyre. We nailed the parking, as you can hear me in the background talking to my Twitch chat. These races are streamed live on Twitch. And here we go, then. What can we do from P14 on the grid? We're going to find out what we can do as the 5 red lights go out. And we are underway here at Silverstone, and we get the jump on SLR Liam, the only person who's also on the hard tyre. And going into turn 1, we'll try to go run outside of Ellis 37 on the mediums. As you can see, the AlphaTauri Ghost is just bursting through the field. As we go into village though, a few cars have gone wide, and we almost get caught on the action as we're looking for a move up the inside, just trying to stay out of trouble. We make a bit of contact with Connor in the Ferrari. As we're nearly 3 wide with Riggsy and Monkey. We lose the back end, and Monkey has lost it and has gone to Narnia off the track there. As we get overtaken by the Aston Martin pair of Ranga and Social Antelope. As we go through love field, it's a chaotic lap, but we're still 14th.
Okay, we've held position on lap 1. That's not great, but it's not terrible. Stay focused.
Don't know how I survived that. That was sketchy as hell.
So you heard me say there, I don't know how I've survived, and that was sketchy as hell. I'm counting my lucky stars right now because there were a few moments where we could have been off the track or completely out of the race on the opening lap of this Grand Prix, as we've kept it in one piece, and now it's just staying within the DRS train as Ranger and Aston Martins have collided, and my reaction says it all. We've gained 2 places, but now we're going to try and let Ellis go, because he's on the medium tyres, and yeah, he's making it a little bit difficult for us to let him go. We're not trying to fight him too much, but there you go. The Aston Martins collided, and after all of that, we've gained 1 position on the opening lap. So, progress. Alright, don't judge me too much. As we start lap 2, we are currently 13th, and we have a baseline on where we can keep going in this Grand Prix. So, let's see. The main priority now is staying with the DRS train of the cars in front, but that's not going to be too easy. So, we're just trying to manage the battery, and yeah, just stick behind Ellis.
Okay, we've got plenty of energy. Use the overtake button and have a go. Come on, you can do this.
And you could hear my engineer, Mark Priestley. That's actually a good call from the new engineer on the game, because we do have quite a lot of energy. We haven't used up too much ERS on these opening 2 laps, and it was very encouraging throughout this race. So Mark Priestley is clear of Jeff. I don't want to hear anything else, because Jeff wasn't this encouraging when I was league racing on F1 2021 at all. So we're going to see if we can try and size up a move on Ellis, but these hard tyres are taking a while to heat up, as we did a 32.4 last lap, and Crowley did, I think, at mid-30, so you can see the pace difference at the moment between the 2 tyre compounds, as DRS was having a little think about it, but to no avail. Really, we're not that close enough to make the move or even try and threaten anything, as Silverstone is basically a DRS train, and if you're not in it, it's hard to get back into the swing of the race, as we got a Red Bull division. The second Red Bull has had a moment there at Stowe, and we have passed him, and now we're up into P12, so maybe this could be another case like Miami, where people are just flying off the track in front of us, and maybe we could just pick up the pieces and keep moving forward in this Grand Prix. So here we are, P12, we're still in DRS of the Haas, as we skip to lap 5 now. W. Turner in front of us, who performed really well in the Miami social race, he's got a 3-second time penalty, and so does Division. So once again, penalties are going to play a factor, as we set a 31.9 on lap 5.
Pace is starting to pick up a tiny bit.
And you heard me say there, pace is starting to pick up a tiny bit. The confidence is starting to grow, despite being stuck behind the Haas drivers. So this could be around the stage where the hard tyres are starting to warm up a little bit more, and we can push on a bit more. So it's looking good for us. We're still not in the DRS train in the midfield fight, which is still a bit concerning, because this is a DRS train circuit, guys. So if you're not in DRS, you're going to fall behind, and we can't afford that because we're on the hard tyre as well. So it will affect our strategies. We've got yellow flags once again, and it's for SLR Jam in the Mercedes, and he had a moment as well. So now we're in DRS, as we are getting closer to the Haas. We have a look again at Stowe this time, and once again, no avail. We're just going to sit behind. But the good news is now is Ellis is in the DRS train, so that's good, because we'll be able to keep up with everyone else. The bad news is we've kind of lost our last chance to try and overtake him, as we set another 31.9 on the next lap. So yeah, there you go. It's a DRS train, folks. There's not much I can do about that, as again we have a little look into Brooklands to no avail, and yeah, this might be a bit frustrating.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to pass. It's a DRS train here, folks.
There you go, confirmation of what I said earlier. It's going to be a DRS train, and we just need to make sure we stay in it, as W. Turner has spun at the exit of Stowe, and I don't know how we just casually drove past him at the time. I just saw him spin and I just drove past him, but that was actually quite impressive, because normally I would have crashed into him. So there you go, we're up into P11. We are only 1 position away from a points paying position, as we set another personal best on lap 7. So we are making good progress on these tyres, and we're 5 seconds ahead of division as well. So we're at the back of the train, and now we are really looking to pass Ellis 37. So let's see if we can get it done on the exit of this village section. And yeah, we're using a bit of VRS as well as we're gaining on him. We're going to try and make the move now. Down inside into Brooklands. And there you go. Very nice move, but he's still keeping his front wing in there. We hang it round the outside. Give him enough racing room. And we are through.
Let's go. Come on. Top 10.
And I am very happy with that overtake, but we have to keep pushing because SLR Chap is just over a second in front of us, and we're going to make the conscious decision to drain our entire battery to try and stay within DRS. Let's see what happens. We're just under a second back. We get a warning for track limits, and it looks like it wasn't worth it.
Oh, no. Damn it.
You could hear my reaction. We missed out. It turns out we were way out of DRS even before the detection point, as we're going to let Ellis back through again. So, and we had our first warning for track limits. So, yeah, the last two laps have not been too kind to us. We've fallen out of DRS once again of the cars in front as Soccer Star retires. People are starting to pit as well, and we need to push. This is the time that we need to push and use our hard tyres to our advantage, because now they're the quickest tyre.
I honestly think scoring points will be tough to do here today.
So lap 11, you heard me say that points are going to be hard to score. I'm not feeling too convinced that this strategy is going to work out for us, and it will be a miracle if we could score points in this race. The pace just isn't really there, and we're still behind Ellis on the medium tyres, which are going off at this rate. So I'm not feeling too confident in the strategy or my position, as we're only P8 and people have already pitted. So we have to find a way to keep pushing as Elite Risks pits. He's got a 3-second time penalty as 32-0 on the last lap, and we get our second warning.
Oh, no, second warning. That was a stupid one, though.
And there you go. It's not looking too good now. It's not looking good, Chief. We have got our second warning for track limits, and you heard me say there, that was a stupid one. We just took too much curb at turn 1, and now we are on the tightrope for the rest of the race. And we're back on the tightrope, where if we get one more warning, we get a penalty. And lap 13, we're still behind this Haas car, and finally, he boogers off into the pits. Finally! Oh, goodness me, we got clean air now. So, these next few laps are going to be very, very important. So we need to push as much as we can until we pit for soft tyres on lap 18. So these are very crucial laps where we need to put the hammer down and start pushing. So lap 14, at the end of it, we set a 31.6, and that was quite decent. We're still within a tenth of our personal best.
DRS, we're chilling.
And this is another important moment of the race. So lap 15 now, halfway through, you can hear me say there, if we get in Jam's DRS, we're chilling. And he's actually an AI car right now. So we're going to see if we can get in this time. And I think we might have done it. And you're about to hear my reaction.
Yes.
And there you go. A simple yes. We are in DRS and we don't have to use any ERS on this lap. And as you can see, yes, he is an AI car. So that kind of helps. But we have to keep going. It is what it is. That's unfortunate for him. But we keep pressing on. As Riggsy's got 6 seconds of penalties in front of us. Crowding is 20 seconds clear, but we don't care, alright? He's in another postcode compared to us. As a 31.4 on that lap. And again, we cross the line, and it's another 31.4. So these laps are really, really good. Setting good pace. And Crowding is in the pits for soft tyres, and that means we are going to take the lead of the British Grand Prix.
Simrox 1 takes the lead. Sue.
And there you go. You heard me crack out the old Sue. As we take the lead of the race, of course, it's going to be temporary as we're going to box for a set of soft tyres.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. They should have stopped the count when I took the lead of the race. That stint was really good. That stint was really, really strong. Really good pace. I'm really happy with that. We did a better PB than I did in practice, so... optimal as well. Yes.
So you heard me talking to my Twitch chat saying that like they should have stopped the count when I took the lead of the race, and I absolutely think so. As we're on soft tyres, we've got an optimal turning point, so that's good. So we could be in a good position coming out of the pits, and let's see where we end up. So on the power, making sure we don't spin out of the pit lane because we're on cold tyres, and we are out in 6th place. We use a bit of VRS, and we are right behind SLR Jam, who has just turned into an AI car. With 8 laps to go in this race, so we're in a good position, and we lose the back end.
Cold tyres. Shit. Got away with that. Right, let's not do that again.
And my reaction says quite a lot for itself, to be honest. We lost quite a lot of time with that rear end loss because I forgot that we're on cold tyres. So it's going to take a while for the tyres to heat up on the out lap, but that's about it. Lap 20. We are going to start pushing and see if we can push as much as we can in these final laps. We're set at 29.8 and we are just 3 seconds behind Elite Risks. And yeah, it's looking good. We're looking decent here as we're set at 30.4 on the next lap. So lap 22, we're less than 3 seconds behind Elite Risks and we're only less than 7 behind Connor. And at this point, I'm thinking maybe we could get a podium. Maybe we could sneak a podium, but that quickly... The hope quickly fades away because, as you can see here...
Guys, I don't know if we're going to get this. It's going to be really close again because I'm running out of ERS and the tyres are going off.
There you go. There is the reveal. So, lap 25, I noticed I was really struggling with the tyres. And as you can see, we're just outside of Connor's penalty range. We're going to beat Risks because he's got 12 seconds of penalties. But the tyres went off. They fell off a cliff in the last 2 laps. And... that means we're not going to finish on the podium.
Yeah, no ERS, my tyres are gone.
And you can hear me say it again as we cut to the last lap of the race. Nothing much happened. I mean, Jib Jab was catching us because the soft tyres just fell off a cliff at the end. Crowding wins in dominant fashion. Our teammate SLR Quarry for this race gets 2nd place. Connor's going to finish 3rd. Elite Risk finishes 4th on the road. We're going to be 5th on the road, but it's going to be P4 for P14.
Oh. Nah, still a fucking good drive though.
Well, I don't think he's wrong. I wouldn't put it against myself. It was still a good drive, and P4 is a very solid result with very solid race pace as well. And we get driver of the day, and I think it's well deserved. But Crowding was dominant in this one. He was about 20 seconds ahead of us at the end. My teammate SLR Corey finishes 2nd. Connor was 3rd. We could have got P3 in this race, but the softs just fell off a cliff in the final 3 laps. It was clear that the harder compounded tyres were the better race tyres. So, in hindsight, maybe if we didn't have such a bad quali, we could have maybe challenged for a podium. It would have been a bit easier to challenge those guys at the front. And also, in hindsight again, if we used the mediums, maybe we would have had better pace towards the end of the race. But P14 to P4 is still good. And the main problem is qualifying. And I'm going to try and work on that in the next video, which might be around Bahrain for a social race in WR. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Go hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Till then, take care, and I'll see you later.